Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this video we're creating a fun drip cake that is ombre style, got lots of sprinkles and loaded with homemade edible goodies. I'll have the recipe for the macarons and the meringues listed in the description box for you guys and also in the eye icon above. I have two different colors in two different piping bags. They've both been fitted into a third piping bag if you can see there. Got a small circle piping tip, and as I am pressing out the meringue batter, I'm giving it a little bit of a circular motion so that we get these little flares in there, kind of little wings. If you didn't quite get the wing that you wanted, you can take a little pin and create it manually instead. Onto some of them I've also added on edible gold driggies, and then I've made some simple coloured ones too. Bake them as per the instructions in the tutorial and then fill them with vanilla buttercream. Once they've all been filled, you can pop them into the fridge to set in the meantime. For the meringues, I've taken a number 32 piping tip and a number 1M piping tip. I've created some kisses and also some rosettes as well. You can see here that I haven't actually left a lot of space between them. Meringues, as they dry in the oven, they don't actually expand, so you can pop these as close together as you like and you should be fine. I have a few different colors, so I've got the melody of both of them combined, and then I have some white and some purple as well. It's a really good idea to have an assortment of colors so that when it comes to decorating, it just gives you a bit more creative control. For the bottom tier, I've used an 8-inch cake, two of those cut in half, and then I filled in with vanilla buttercream. There is a 10-inch white cake board underneath this cake. Once all of your layers have been stacked, you can apply a crumb coat to trap in all of your crumbs. I like to make it nice and thick, and that way it stops it from being able to be seen from the final layer of frosting. Smooth it out, bring the lip frosting to the middle, and then refrigerate. While it's setting in the fridge for about 20 minutes, you can decorate your top tier the exact same way. Notice at the base of this 6-inch, there is a 6-inch cake board. Whenever you have tiered cakes, any cake going on top needs to have a cake board the same size underneath. I've tinted my buttercream purple with just a touch of neon bright purple, which is a gel food color by Chef Master, I believe. I've taken another drop again to make that middle tone and extra drops again to make the darker tone at the base. Smooth it out and then fill in any pockets as you go. You can stick with the same color that's in that pocket, or you can mix up the colors a little bit to create a bit more of a watercolor effect. Totally up to you. Once it's all nice and smooth, you can bring that lip of frosting towards the middle and then pick up your cake and apply your sprinkles at the base. You do not want to refrigerate your cake at this point because then it won't stick to your sprinkles. Take a handful, press them into the base, and let the rest fall into a saucepan or a container with really high walls, and that way you don't get those pesky sprinkles all over your kitchen floors. Once you're happy with the coverage, return it back to the turntable and apply your larger set of sprinkles. I've got my white and my purple candy coated chocolates. Don't be afraid to place them higher than where the sprinkles are. I think it looks really cool that way. You can also add tinier sprinkles around the top as well. Just kind of press them in with my finger. And then let that sit in the fridge. Take your top tier and repeat the exact same steps again. If you're enjoying these tutorials, feel free to subscribe. We do upload 2 new videos every week. Once they've been covered with the sprinkles at the base, you can pop the top tier into your freezer this time for about 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, I've taken some bubble tea straws and I've pressed them all the way through the cake to the very base, and then trimming them off where they meet with the very top and pressing them back in. So these are cut flush with the top to support the weight of your top tier. Remove your 6-inch from that temporary board, now that's nice and solid on the outside from the freezer, and then stick it to your cake with a little bit of buttercream. Because it's come out of the freezer, it's still nice and solid and you can move it around with your hands without affecting the finish of your cake. Once you're happy, press it nice and firmly down into that buttercream and then apply some edible silver leaf. If it doesn't want to stick to your cake, what you can do is rub a little bit of water onto your cake with a brush or with a clean hand, and then you shouldn't have any problems with it sticking. On to our drip. So I like to use the white chocolate ganache for this, and I added White Icing by Wilton. It's a white gel food color. What it does is it helps our ganache to really look that pristine white, and it makes it really opaque as well. I pipe a large puddle at the very base, leaving about 1 centimeter space before the edge, and then I'll pipe my little drips manually, and that way it gives me a lot more control over how spaced apart they are and also how long they become. I did not want them to touch the sprinkles, so I made them very small, and that way they remained nicely above that line. Do the same at the base, leaving a little bit of space before the edge, and then manually dripping those down. Before you apply any decorations at this point, you do want your ganache to set, so I'd return this back to the fridge for a few hours, and then when it's dry to the touch, you can apply your edible decorations. I stuck mine to my cake with a little bit of buttercream in a piping bag, and you can move around the sprinkles as you need to make sure that you can stick them where you want to. There is a lot of detail on this cake already. You probably don't even need these on the sides, but if you wanted to, you totally could. And that's it. That is how you make a fun ombre style cake with a drip and loaded with edible goodies. Again, the recipe for all of these will be in the description box and the eye icon for you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you again in the next one.